za Ishuri TV. Tubanje kubasuhuza mwese abadukurikiye aho muri hose ku isi, by'umwihariko abari mu Rwanda mu ntara zose n'umujyi wa Kigali. Turabashimiye gukomeza gukurikirana amasomo tubagezaho kuri Ishuri TV. Uyu munsi turaza gukomeza n'isomo rya passive components, aho turi bwige kuri inductor. Turaza kureba what is inductor, what is the applications of inductor, how to make it in practice or how to make it in connection. Dukomeje kubashimira gukomeza gukurikira amasomo yacu, tubibutsa gukora like, share, musharinge ku bandi, ndetse mukore na subscribe kugira ngo amasomo tubagezaho ajye abageraho ku gihe. Ni mu kanya ntimucikwe.
Good morning once again. Today we are going to study one of passive component called inductor. Inductor is a simple coil of wire used in many electrical circuits. When the current flows through the inductor, it stores energy in the magnetic field of the inductor. It is a component which stores electrical energy in magnetic field, as you see. Then inductor allows DC to pass through it while it blocks AC sources. It's mostly used in filters for separating the signal of different frequencies. You see, the inductor, it allows a DC current passing through its winding or its coil, but it cannot let AC sources passing through it. It blocks the AC sources. It cannot be passing through it. You see, this is the image of inductor, and this is the symbol of inductor. Inductor is drawn like this, you see. Then let's talk about applications of inductor. Applications of inductor: as one of the basic passive components, inductors have a rich history in electronics, from starting engines to helping deliver power to the house. As useful as inductors are, the biggest problem with using them is the physical size. Inductors often dwarf all other electronic components used in circuits and add a lot of weight as well. Some techniques have been developed to simulate a large inductor in a circuit, but the added complexity and additional components limit where these techniques are used. Even with the challenges of using inductor, they are essential components in number of applications. You see, in these applications of inductor, you saw that it is useful in power delivery in the house or in the different location or domestic. Is also useful in biggest problem with using them the physical size of it. Inductor is often dual electronic component. We will see different applications of inductor. It can be used in frequency generation by connecting with capacitor, but here I want to remind you that inductor is one of component which cannot be used in integrated circuit because it is store electrical energy in magnetic field. We will see why especially we cannot connect it in, it is not used in embedded circuit or ICs. Then one of application of inductor is filter. Sorry. Inductor are used extensively with capacitors and resistors to create a filter for analog circuits and in signal processing. Alone, an inductor functions as low-pass filter since the impedance of inductor increases as the frequency of a signal increases. You see, when we have inductor, resistor, capacitor, we can use it to make a low pass filter or filter in general according to its impedance. You see, when they combined with the capacitor whose impedance decreases as a frequency of a signal increases, a notched filter can be made that only allows a certain frequency range to pass through. You see, by combining a capacitor, inductor, and resistor in a number of ways, advanced filter topology can be created for any number of applications. Filters are used in most electronics, although capacitors are often used rather than inductor when possible since they are smaller and cheaper. You see, inductor is one of important component which used in filtering. The second application of inductor is sensors. Contactless sensors are prized for their reliability and easy of operation, and the inductor can be used to sense magnetic field or present a magnetically permeable material from distance. Inductive sensors are used at near every intersection with a traffic light to detect the amount of traffic and adjust the signal accordingly. You see, inductor can be as a sensor to detect or to sense the magnetic field. For example, we saw about the windings in a relay. You remember a relay switch, it has a part of electronics or electrical and a part of mechanical. Then when we say this inductor is applied or it applicated in sensors, it is able to sense a magnetic field. When the DC current passing through its winding or its coil, it start to produce a magnetic, or it store those electrical energy in magnetic. That means inductor is able to sense or to detect a magnetic field. So then inductive sensors are limited in two major ways. Either the object to be sensed must be magnetic and induce a current in the sensor, or the sensor must be powered to detect presence of material that interact with a magnetic field. You see, it can detect it. When it produces that magnetic field, it can detect any metal or any material attracted on the magnetic created by that inductor. You see, that's theory about how inductor work as a sensor. Then the third application of inductor is a transformers. Combining inductor that have a shared magnetic path will form a transformer. The transformer is a fundamental component of national electrical grids and found in many power supplies, as well to increase or decrease voltage to a desired level. You see, inductor is one of passive component which can used in separating or increasing or decreasing the voltages. For example, transformer, it can be step down or step up transformer. Transformer, it has two main type, step up and step down. It means that it has able to decrease voltage or to increase a voltage according to a designed purpose. If a transformer, it is a step down, it take a higher voltage to the input and produce low voltage to the output, while when it is a step up transformer, it takes low voltage, produce high voltage at the output. You see that the inductor is mostly used or applied in that application of transformer. Then the fourth application of inductor is motors. Normally, inductors are in fixed position and not allowed to move to align themselves with any nearby magnetic field. Inductor motors are leverage the magnetic forces applied to inductor to turn electrical energy into mechanical energy. Inductive motors are designed to start rotating magnetic field is created in time with an AC input. You see, inductor is applicated in motor applications. You see, motor is one of electrical or electronic device which is take the electrical energy, convert it into mechanical energy, but in its application or in its operation, it use the windings or the inductor in its application. When the magnetic field created in its winding, then the rotation of a motor starts. That's how a motor is one of application of inductor. Then next, the five application of inductor is energy storage. Even we saw it in a definition of inductor. Inductor is one of component which store electrical energy in magnetic field. That's why it is inductor is energy storage is one of application of inductor. Like a capacitor, inductor can be used for energy storage. Unlike a capacitor, inductor have a several limitation on how long they can store energy, since the energy is stored in magnetic field, which collapse quickly once power is removed. The main use for inductor as energy storage is in switch mode power supply, like power supply in PCs. You see, the simpler non-isolated switch mode power supply is single inductor is used in place of transformer and energy storage common component. In this circuit, the ratio of time the inductor is powered to the time it's unpowered determines the input to output voltage ratio. You see, a capacitor store electrical energy in temporarily, or it is store electrical energy, but also inductor, it can store energy but in magnetic field. So you see that inductor energy storage is one of application of inductor. We saw that it can be applied in power supply of computer or personal computer, is mostly used in power supply or energy storage. So we thank you for attending this lesson. We would like to remind you that it's better to do like and share to your friends in order to be updated with our updated lessons we upload. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.